What's a toy without the magic of speed? In the El Segundo garage, the Hot Wheels prototype had become an obsession, but mass production revealed a dark secret. A defect in the wheels threatened to destroy the brand before it could even take off. In an era of brutal competition and collectors expecting perfection, how could a small team of engineers save the toy car that would unwittingly become a cultural icon? The answer lay in a small tweak and a race against time. Mattel's California factory, a hive of activity, had suddenly ground to a halt. The air was thick with tension. The assembly line, which was supposed to produce thousands of cars, was jammed. There was a problem. Chief Engineer Jack Ryan, a man of few words and a brilliant mind, was panickingly examining a plastic chassis. The wheels didn't turn as smoothly as promised. The fire of Hot Wheels was extinguished with each new, defective car that rolled off the production line. The disappointment was palpable. Handler had staked his reputation on this idea, and failure wasn't an option. Jack Ryan had an epiphany, but in the material. The answer was an injection-molded plastic that was flexible enough to withstand the stress of speed, yet rigid enough to maintain its shape. And no one in the toy industry had ever used it for this purpose. It was the only option. The solution lay not in the axle or the wheels themselves. It was a new, experimental technology. It was a leap of faith, but in that moment of desperation, as Ryan and his team perfected the wheel technology, another problem became apparent. What good was a fast car without a track to showcase it? Toys of the time rode on tables or floors. Hot Wheels needed its own stage. Elliot Handler met with his designers and pitched the idea. I want something that screams speed, something that's as iconic as the cars themselves. Thus, the idea of a bright orange plastic track was born. Its eye-catching color made it unmistakable, and its modular design allowed kids to create their own circuits, launching their cars at breakneck speeds. The Hot Wheels vision wasn't limited to cars and a track. It was an entire universe. Handler assembled a team of automotive designers, many of them Detroit industry veterans, to create the first 16 models. These designers were given unprecedented creative freedom. They didn't have to replicate existing cars. They could dream. The custom Camaro, the custom Cougar, and the custom Mustang were some of the first miniature works of art, taking the silhouettes of real cars and transforming them into something bold and futuristic. Car culture as they knew it had been reimagined at scale. The investment in Hot Wheels was colossal for the time. $40 million. It was a risky bet that could have ruined the company. In the fall of 1968, the first 16 models hit the market. It was unknown whether children and their parents would accept them. Advertising was intense, but the true test would be whether the cars lived up to their promise. With each box that left the factory, Mattel's fate hung in the balance. On the first day of sales, toy stores were filled with curious children and parents. The response was unanimous. Hot Wheels flew off the shelves. Children were mesmerized by their speed, their colors, their bold designs. Hot Wheels were a resounding success, but the success wasn't welcomed by everyone. Across the Atlantic, the Matchbox Company, which had dominated the market for years, watched the rise of its rival with a mixture of disbelief and fury. How would the British giant react to the new American threat? The war for the automotive toy market had begun, and the next battle would be more personal than anyone could have imagined.